Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're doing the final build for our budget build mini series thing that we've been doing. And this is obviously, the last one, so it is the one with the biggest budget. It is also on the biggest lot that we've done so far. So this is on a 40 by 30 lot in the world of Willow Creek. I believe it's the Umbrage Manor lot originally, but I just bulldozed that house and decided to build my own. So this is going to be a colonial style family home, and I don't know, I feel like whenever you Google colonial family homes, you get two very different designs for them. You get the one that's all like white with, the rounded edges, rounded porches, and, a lot of, I don't know, it kind of gives me more Greek vibes. And then you get this kind where you have a lot of these like square brick, very symmetrical, with the dormers and the side pieces and, a lot of brick and stuff vibes whenever you Google colonial homes. So I decided to go with this one. But the lot that was on this, the build that was on this lot originally, I think was definitely a little bit more of the other version, like the white with all of the column vibe. But yeah, I really like the way this build turned out. I'm kind of disappointed that I couldn't do it on a smaller budget. So originally I wanted this build to be around 70-ish thousand simoleons. But because it is me and because I knew that building on a bigger lot meant that, obviously the house would be a little bit bigger, and I wanted the house to be a little bit bigger. I wanted to have more bedrooms and more space. I also knew that the style that I was going for wasn't going to be cheap, because a lot of these very like more traditional items also tend to be a little bit more expensive, especially the base game items. And this is also restricted packs, so I knew I was going to use quite a bit of the base game to begin with. So I decided that I wanted to do this on a 70,000 simoleon budget, but that I was going to give myself some extra money if I needed it. So it ended up being around 92,000, a little bit over 92,000 simoleons. So yeah, I think it's a little bit over 92,000. Yeah, so it's almost 93,000. But yeah, it is quite expensive. It's definitely not a starter home. It's definitely more of a like, not really end home, like end family, end gameplay home, because it's not super detailed and cluttered and all of that stuff. But it is for definitely a little bit of a bigger family. There's space for up to 8 Sims in this house. So it's actually, I believe, a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom house. So downstairs we have a main bedroom, obviously, for the parents or parent if you have a single parent. But they have their own ensuite. Downstairs there's also a half bathroom for like, guests, so toilet, sink. And then upstairs we have a double bedroom with a double bed, so maybe for like either, yeah, I was thinking like an older sibling, so maybe like young adult, maybe they're in university or something like that, and they still live at home. So we have their bedroom. Then we have another bedroom that has 2 single beds in it, which I thought would maybe be for twin teenagers or something like that. And then we have a bedroom that has a bed for a toddler as well as a crib for an infant. So in my head, the family that lives here would have like a young adult, maybe like 2 teenagers or 2 children could also work. I did go a little bit older with that room, or maybe it's like a teenager and a child. Maybe, something like that. And then they also have space for a toddler and an infant. So a very full house. So we do have space for up to like 7, 8 Sims, depending, on how many parents you have, all of that stuff. And then the bathrooms upstairs. So the teenagers' room that has like the 2 single beds in it, they actually have their own ensuite bathroom. And then the bedroom for like the toddler and infant, and the bedroom for the young adult, they actually share a bathroom. So it's like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So yeah, there are 2 full bathrooms upstairs, and then, obviously the guest bathroom downstairs. But yeah, that's kind of the way the floor plan worked out. I wanted I don't know, I was kind of hoping maybe I could do this like more than 4 bedrooms. But yeah, I didn't want to make the build too big because again, with the whole budget restriction thing. So yeah, it ended up being like 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. It could technically be 5 bedrooms because there is an office space downstairs that could be another bedroom if you wanted it to be, and then maybe just make, I don't know, like the ensuite downstairs, maybe add another door in there to make it like accessible for the rest of the house, so that that bedroom could, you know, have a bathroom. So yeah, you could very easily do that. But there's also a like really big living space, there's a dining room, there's obviously a big kitchen, and then they have like a really big backyard as well. I do add in a pool in the backyard. They have a little jungle gym for kids, like monkey bars. There's a couple of lounge chairs and, you know, grill, all of that stuff that you would, you know, typically have in a backyard. And I did put like a little fountain in the front, and I used a lot of the debug fences in the front to make a little bit of a kind of like fake fenced in front yard. I really liked the way that looked. So even though this is on a 40 by 30 lot, I didn't want the yard space to take up the entire lot. So that's why I fenced in this little smaller bit at the front. I wanted it to be a little bit asymmetrical as well, just because the house itself is so symmetrical. So the front yard is a little bit asymmetrical. And, you know, there's just, you know, decorative stuff in the front. And then in the back, I also didn't fence in the entire, like, lot space because I didn't want the backyard to be that big. Again, budget. And I didn't want a absolutely gigantic backyard to have to fill with stuff. So I have a fairly nice sized backyard, but then we also have some extra space around that I just put in some trees, tried to make it blend in a little bit. The side space in the front, like that's next to the road, you guys will see what I do with that at like in a little bit. I cannot speak. I actually just finished recording the voiceover for the previous build in this series, the modern beach house one. So I'm not used to recording back to back. And like I've mentioned in a couple of these videos, I have been pre-recording a little bit just to get a little bit ahead because I have a lot going on in real life and I need to get ahead a little bit because there's a lot of like personal life stuff that I need to focus on, and I feel like I haven't been able to focus on that because with videos, I tend to be so behind that as soon as I finish a build, I have to sit down and edit it and record the voiceover and then put it out immediately. So I'm never far enough ahead that I can like take a break from recording, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm pre-recording these a little bit. So I'm a little bit loopy. I've just had some coffee as well. I haven't had coffee in like weeks at this point. I don't drink a lot of coffee, to be completely honest. But yeah, so I'm a little bit loopy. I'm a little bit like, I don't know, I'm just not hyper because I'm very tired, but just I'm also recovering from like stomach bug, so not fun. But yeah, I'm all over the place basically. So if this voiceover is just a ramble, like a rambling mess, I do apologize. But yeah, you guys can now see what I did with that little side yard space. I just used some flower bushes to kind of like, instead of putting a fence around that portion of the house, I just fenced it in with those bushes and added that little winding path, and that is basically it. I don't go overboard with the landscaping on this build. I do some landscaping later on in the back, but I try to keep it very minimal because I thought that the family that lived here wouldn't have a very like wild overgrown landscaping. They would have much more like manicured, like rows of flowery hedges, and then that's it. They wouldn't have like a bunch of flowers and plants and stuff growing all over the place. So yeah, that's kind of just what I did. And we've actually moved on to the interior at this point. You will have seen me place down the necessities for the bathrooms just to get an idea of, just to make sure that I had all of the necessary items in that. And that's kind of something that I did for a lot of the builds in this series, where I went in and I placed down the most important things first. Like I will have placed down like all of the bathroom like essentials, like all of the plumbing, and then I'll go and I'll place down everything I need in the kitchen before I start like decorating, just to make sure that I can afford the essentials. Now for this kitchen, I did use some more expensive cabinets. I used a little bit more expensive like appliances, not really all that expensive compared to the ones that I usually use, but I did do a little bit more expensive. I put in a coffee maker as well, microwave, you know, all of that stuff. It is a kind of weird shaped kitchen, or like laid out kitchen, but it's kind of the way that you get into the dining room, so it's almost not really a galley kitchen. But yeah, I don't know, I do kind of like it. I feel like it's very usable, and you can have access to the dining room very easily. You have access to the front room and to the living room very easily as well. So yeah, I do like the way it turned out. It is kind of at the front of the house as well, so yeah, I don't know, I just feel like gameplay wise it would be very useful. But yeah, it's also quite open. I didn't go too overboard, like I said, with cluttering and, you know, all of that stuff, because I want these builds to be decorated and furnished, obviously, but not super personalized and super cluttered and difficult to play in, if that makes sense. So these builds for this series have all been very, like, they're decorated. I do put decorative things around, and, you know, if I can afford to, at least, I'll put, like, paintings and decorations and stuff. But I don't want to personalize it to the point where if you wanted to play in this build, you would have to go in and delete a bunch of stuff to kind of, like, change it up and make it fit your Sims. If that makes sense, I wanted them all to be fairly, I don't know how to put this, like basic almost, where it's decorated, but you can very easily go in and add your own personal touches to personalize it without having to take out a bunch of stuff first, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I went for. So yeah, I also, like I mentioned earlier, this is another pack restricted build as well. All of these builds for this series have been pack restricted. So for this one, I ended up only using, obviously, you know, the base game. But I also used Growing Together, Get Together, High School Years, and Discover University. So I only used 4 expansion packs, no stuff packs or game packs or kits or anything like that, just those 4 expansion packs. And I feel like those packs are ones that a lot of people have. Like, Get Together was one of the first expansions that we got. I believe it might have been the second expansion pack that we got. So I feel like a lot of people probably have Get Together at this point, because it came out in, like, I think 2015 or something like that. So I feel like everyone has Get Together. And then obviously, you know, High School Years is also one of the more popular packs. Discover University, same thing. And then Growing Together, obviously I feel like a lot of people have Growing Together, because it's one of those, like, I can't play the game without this pack anymore kind of things, where if someone were to go in and take away Growing Together for me, I don't know how I would do family gameplay at this point. Like, I don't know how to play with it. Like, I don't know how to play without it at this point. So yeah, I feel like those are probably some of the more popular expansion packs, along with stuff like Seasons probably, and Cats and Dogs. But yeah, so I wanted to keep this as pack restricted as I could. So yeah, budget restricted, sort of. It's, like I said, it's still very expensive, but it is a budget. It's a big budget, but it's still a budget. And then obviously, you know, pack restricted as well. But yeah, we've actually started working on the main bedroom. So I don't know, I feel like this main bedroom is very generic, and saying something, because yeah, I mean, I feel like it very much matches the rest of the house, which is kind of the point. And I always feel like my main bedrooms always end up matching the house for some reason, especially if it's like a family home or something. I feel like I'll choose a style or a color scheme for the interior of my builds, and the main bedroom will always be in that, like, color scheme or style or whatever. And then I'll have the kids' bedrooms or the extra bedrooms be different, and like different colors, different styles, but the main bedroom always matches the rest of the house. And yeah, you will see me actually furnishing, I believe, all of the bathrooms, because they're very basic. Usually when I do builds like this, especially if they're like bigger like this one and I have a couple of different bathrooms, I will usually cut out the process of me furnishing the bathrooms, because they're bathrooms and very boring to watch, in my opinion. but these ones were so quick to furnish because they're all exactly the same. And they're all very basic. Like I said, I don't go too overboard with detailing. Usually I try to make my bathrooms as interesting as you could possibly make a bathroom. So, you know, clutter, all of that stuff. These ones, very basic, very quick to do. So yeah, I think I kept the footage in of me doing all of them. But yeah, I hope you guys like how this build turned out. We've actually started working a little bit more on detailing, and then we're gonna go ahead. I did put a chest table up here in the little entryway, or like entryway, hallway space, whatever, landing for the staircase. So I do have that. We have the little balcony out the front, and then we are going to start working on the bedrooms. Now, my dog did just start barking because he always knows when I'm recording voiceovers and exactly when he should not be barking. But yeah, I'm recording this with my door open as well, so he is very loud. I do apologize. But yeah, currently you see that I am trying to make the twin bedroom, like the teenager's bedroom. I am trying to put it on that side of the house with the Jack and Jill bathroom. But then I decided to move it around a little bit just because I felt like, I don't know, I needed a little bit more space to have the two beds. So yeah, we swapped those around a little bit. So the double bedroom actually has the Jack and Jill bathroom with the toddler and infant room. And then the twin teenagers room actually has their own ensuite. So yeah, I figured, you know, that might work. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the double bedroom is for a like young adult daughter or something, so she doesn't mind sharing a bathroom with her younger siblings, whereas the teenagers, maybe they're both boys and very messy and stuff, so they have like their own bathroom space. Also, I felt like gameplay wise, having like technically 4 Sims, because eventually the toddler and infant will age up into children, having like 4 Sims sharing a bathroom versus having maybe like 3 Sims sharing a bathroom, it's not a big difference, but gameplay wise, if you have like 2 children and 2 teenagers or whatever having to get ready for school at the same time every morning, having to use one bathroom is a lot more difficult than having to have maybe like 2 children and a young adult having to share a bathroom. So yeah, I don't know why I did that. I just felt like realistically as well, it just made more sense. But yeah, so the bedrooms are all fairly basic furnishings and decorations and stuff like that. I did give all of them color schemes because that's as far as I kind of went with the whole personalization thing. So we have the toddler and infant room that's a little bit more green. We have the teenagers room that's very blue. We have the other young adult room that's kind of like pink and yellow colored, pink, yellow, green colors. And that's as far as I went with the whole like personalization thing. So yeah, I do eventually put in some, you know, decals in the toddler room. I do put in some posters in the teenagers room as well from the, I believe, high school years pack, just to decorate it a little bit. And because, you know, posters are fairly cheap to put down, and it made sense having them both be teenagers and having posters in their room. But yeah, that is basically going to be it for the majority of the interior decorating. Like I said, didn't go too overboard. The backyard as well, like I said, I did put in some functional items in the backyard. I also put down a couple of plant boxes and, you know, just some things for your Sims to do. I don't think, yeah, I have an easel downstairs as well in the little like office space. So we have a computer down there, we have an easel. I have the standing piano in the front room area as well, in the living room from Growing Together. We have a chess table. So there's a lot of like skill building items if your Sims needed them on this lot. And then, yeah, that is basically it for this build, you guys. My voice really is starting to go at this point. I mean, I'm recording this probably at least 2 weeks before you guys are seeing it. So yeah, my voice is starting to go a little bit, and I don't know, I feel like I'm sounding weird, even though I don't know how noticeable it is on the voiceover, but I feel like I sound weird. But yeah, so we've started working on the backyard. Wow, yeah, no, my voice definitely is doing some funky things. But yeah, like I said, we do have a pool, we have play equipment for the kids, we have lounge chairs, we end up having a couch on the little deck area with, you know, the grill and table and, you know, all of that stuff. I do change up the landscaping in the front a little bit because I end up making the entryway and the top balcony a little bit smaller. Just, I don't know, I felt like having them that size just looked better for some reason. But yeah, like I said, the landscaping does end up being very basic. I use the same like 3 plants all over the place, and they're very, it's just a lot of green. There's no like overgrown stuff. But yeah, if you guys do want to go ahead and download this build or any of the other builds for this series, they are all up on the gallery. I will also link the playlist down below. I have these builds in my budget and restricted packs playlist that I have of previous series that I did as well. So I will leave that playlist in the description as always. Gallery link to download it is down below as well. My gallery ID, all of that stuff. Tray files will be going up for channel members, and in 3 weeks they will be going up for everyone as well. And as usual, you know, channel members saw this video like at this point probably like 2 weeks before everyone else. But yeah, if you want to download it, it is up on the gallery. Like I said, you know, budget, pack restricted, no custom content, all of that fun stuff. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and jump on into the game and take a look at the finished build in like real time. Okay, so here we are with the finished build. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the gallery. 92k colonial family home. And yeah, like I said, I only used Growing Together, High School Years, Discover University, and Get Together for the packs. It's a 4-bedroom. So on the gallery it says 3 bathroom, but it's technically 3.5 bathroom. But yeah, it's 40 by 30 lot as I said, and this is what it looks like in game. So yeah, this is what it looks like from the front. I made the little front porch bits a little bit smaller. Upstairs we just have a couple of benches, and then these like debug flower planter things that I really like. But yeah, we have a little fountain. Obviously we have this side little like winding path that leads you to the back. So yeah, let's take a look at the back first, I guess. So yeah, you have a couple of planter boxes. We have monkey bars, some lounge chairs with the pool. We have, you know, some grass space that you could put other like play equipment in or skill building stuff in or whatever you want. And then we just have the little back patio with the table, the grill, and some seating. Fairly basic backyard, but I feel like it has everything your Sims could need. And a lot of space because obviously I didn't use the whole lot. So you could very easily make this backyard a lot bigger. Even the house you could make bigger. And there is space on the sides that you could fill in with more stuff. So yeah, very expandable. So yeah, coming in to the front room. We have a little front entryway with, you know, the staircase. We have a little coat closet. We have the little standing piano. Staircase, obviously, that leads upstairs. We have a little, like, living room with fireplace, TV, you know, everything that you would need in a living room. This is also where you access the backyard and the little half bathroom for guests, as well as where you can get to the little like office space. So we have, you know, desk, computer, easel, bookshelf, all of the regular office study stuff. And then from the front you actually go through this archway to get into the kitchen. I did put in a high chair because I did obviously put in a toddler bed and an infant crib, so you would need a high chair for that. So yeah, we have a high chair, we have a little like, I guess, you know, space for the sink, microwave, all of the regular kitchen stuff. I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, we have a kitchen. And then this leads into the very fancy dining room. So yeah, we have a big dining room table, a little like, I guess, console table. Not too much decorative things in this room, but I feel like it gets the vibe across that I was going for. And then off of the living room we actually have the main bedroom. So this is where the parents would be. Yeah, main bedroom, space for some family photos. And then we also have the main ensuite bathroom downstairs as well. But then going upstairs we have the landing area where I have a little chess table, some more family photo space. And then going to the right, we actually have the young adults bedroom, I guess. I mean, this could be a teenager's room as well. I just, you know, thought young adult. Why not? But yeah, obviously for anyone that you want. This could also be for like, you know, the parent's sister or uncle or whatever. Other family members. Could even be a guest room. But yeah, so we have the double bedroom that has the Jack and Jill bathroom. So yeah, this is like a little Jack and Jill bathroom with the toddler and infant bedroom. So yeah, we have a little rocking chair, you know, toddler, infant play mat, toddler crib, not toddler crib, toddler bed, infant crib, and I even put in a little changing table as well. And then on the other side of the hallway, we have what I thought would be like a teenager's room, but could also be maybe like a teenager and child, whatever you want. But they have a little bookcase, obviously the 2 beds, they have a desk, you know, wardrobe, and then they do have their own separate bathroom as well, so they do have an ensuite. But obviously, you know, as always, you guys are totally free to change up the layout for any of these rooms and for any of my builds as you need them to be. So yeah, here's a little floor plan of the top floor and then the bottom floor as well. But that is basically it for this build, you guys. We do have some dormers upstairs, but they are empty because they're supposed to be decorative and not actually usable. But yeah, that is basically it for this build, you guys. And yeah, it is on the Umbrage Manor lot. Obviously, you know, just as a idea of where to place it. But yeah, it's in the neighborhood where the Garth family lives. It's just like across the street diagonally from them. Apologies, my dog did just walk into the room again, so you could hear him walking on the tile floors. But yeah, that is basically it for this build, you guys. As I said, it is up on the gallery if you want to go ahead and download it. But yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know, give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and want to see more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. And if you have any other ideas for similar series, if you enjoyed the series of like having a budget and doing restricted packs, then if you have any other ideas for maybe like budgets or pack like combinations that I could use or anything like that, then feel free to let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, love hearing your suggestions and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely let me know down below. And yeah, like I said, if you want to download it, up on the gallery links in the description as always. Tray files will be up for channel members, and in 3 weeks they will be going up for everyone over on my Tumblr as well. And yeah, channel members obviously got early access to this video and to all of my previous videos for this series. And yeah, if you want to find out more about channel memberships, you know, click the little join button next to the subscribe button. But that is basically it. I feel like I'm rambling, so I should probably wrap it up. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you're having a great day and a great week. And I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.